Hey guys, I just wanted to do a small video on what specialty buildings to use in Freeplay. I'm not going to tell you what to use, but I'm just going to basically talk about the specialty upgrades and point out things that you got to think about. So, to start off, the main things you have to think about in Freeplay is that hopefully you're going to have a ton of money, so the discount really doesn't matter. So that's the first thing. You're not going to be worrying about any of the discounts for the price. Second thing, you're obviously not going to, more importantly, you're obviously not going to use the specialty building for any tower that is useless in Freeplay to begin with. Yeah, that's all I can think about for now. I'll probably pick up more on that later. Dart Monkey, that's useless in Freeplay. You can, pretty much everyone knows that. Obviously you can use them in Freeplay and go far, but there's better stuff. Same with Tack Shooter. Sorry to anyone who loves Tack Shooters, but it's not good in Freeplay. You can get much better stuff. Boomerang Dojo. You can use a Glaive Lord in Freeplay. I personally wouldn't recommend it. Same basic thing though. The boomerangs fly once more if they haven't hit the pierce cap. That's not going to help you because you get Glaive Lords for the rotating glaives, which doesn't really do anything. Same here. None of these upgrade the rotating glaives. The bombing range, this is the first thing you'd probably think about, but because since mode maulers are good in Freeplay, or can be, but really the only thing you're benefiting from here is the attack speed, and it's not that much. It's not going to do that much. You can consider that one though. Mage Spire, that is also fairly useless. Apprentices just aren't good in Freeplay anymore. Ice Fortress. I personally don't use ice towers in Freeplay. That's because that's what the temple's for. But you can use an Arctic Wind, and that can help you. But let's see what you're getting. You don't really worry about that. The freeze length is all it's really going to help, and it's not really a big deal. You can use that if you use ice towers, but I don't. The Ninja Academy. You can use ninjas in Freeplay. They are a great tower to use. For balloon sabotage, just that ability, nothing else, but this doesn't help the ability, so that's not a good one to use. The Spikes are us. I've actually never tried to use the spike factories in Freeplay, but I know a lot of people do, and I think that this one will probably be a good one to consider, because just for the lifespan. The mortar emplacement. The only reason you'd use mortars in Freeplay is for Pop and Ore, which can stun all balloons. Not really that great, but it can stun blimps. It doesn't say it can, but it can. It stuns blimps. Stuns Merbs for 5 seconds, BFBs for I think 3 seconds, and Zomagods for 1 second. The Ace Private Hangar. Some people like aces in Freeplay. That's just for Ground Zero and or Spectre. I don't like Spectre in Freeplay. All you're getting there is the fast firing forward guns. That's more of a lag factor. It's going to crash your game earlier, so I don't recommend the Ace Private Hangar. Pirate Cove. You can actually use boats very well in Freeplay just by massing Monkey Pirates for the ability. You take out the Summer God, then you let off 4 of those hooks, and you can take out the BFBs in one shot. So the Buccaneers are good in Freeplay, but this doesn't help that ability, so it doesn't help you. Glue Supply Depot. I also do not use glue gunners in Freeplay. They don't hit Merbs, so I don't see why you would. But with the pop balloons leave glue on track, that can potentially be good, so I'm not going to tell you not to use that one if you use glue gunners. The Dartling Ammo Dump. This is my first favourite. You see, Dartling gunners can lock their attacks to a fixed position. Depending on the map, this is just great. You can make a Ray of Destruction, Ray of Doom, whatever it is, and you can get tons of them facing along a long length of track, and basically it just annihilates. Rifle range, my personal favourite. Every second shot does +1 damage. That doesn't really matter, but increases attack speed of sniper monkeys. you're going to want a lot of 4-0 and 4-1 sniper monkeys in free play to stun the blimps, and this attack speed is going to help you stun those blimps. Now last, and I would say not least, but I do think it's least, Super Monkey Lair. You do not want a Super Monkey Lair. It is useless in free play. It is actually more of a hindrance in free play. Why do I say this? Well, Super Eyes can detect camo. That doesn't matter. There's no camo in free play. Increases the range of Super Monkeys by 10%. You don't want to increase the range of your Super Monkeys before you make a temple. You don't. It means you can fit less in, you can't cram them in as well. No, this sucks. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Show's over.